Hi guys, it's Mark from anypond.com, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features. And today what we're doing is we're redesigning this particular wildlife pond. This wildlife pond was put in by the homeowner, and as you can see, you've got a lot of bare liner. We've got a certain amount of gravel going around. So what we're going to do is we're going to re-landscape this. So the first job is to do a full drain and clean, and then we're going to put in rocks and gravel. We're going to put in a load of plants, so it's going to actually shrink the size of the pond, but the plants will keep the pond from going green. As you can see, the water is green, and when we put the water back in, it still will be green, but it will clear up over time. As you can see behind me, we've got Simon from S. Llewellyn Landscapes. I got your name right?
This time you did.
There you go. He's collecting gravel, and what we'll do is we'll repurpose that gravel in this particular pond. So stay tuned for the Any Pond Showcase. So while Simon's going around collecting the gravel, what we're going to do is we're going to do a full drain and clean. So we're going to recycle this green water into holding vats, and we'll repurpose it back. This is Ian from IDG Aqua in Shropshire, and he's been with me on and off for about 13 years now. Is that right?
It is this year.
That's crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove all this water, get the rocks, gravel and everything out. Then we're going to put an underlay down, and then we'll put the rocks and gravel back on. So now we've got the pond clean, and you can see it's bare liner. The next stage is to put underlay down on top of the liner, so we actually call it overlay. So the next stage now, we've got the pond fully drained and cleaned, is to put some overlay on top of this original pond liner. Then we can come in with rocks and gravel and plants to make it look fantastic. So there we go, we've finished rocking in the actual wildlife pond now. We've got rocks, we've got gravel, we've got plants. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the list of plants that we've got. But what I've done also is I've sort of like done a dry stack wall and foamed it in. So all these little bits, they're all foamed into place. So it's more from a decorative point of view. So now it's protecting that liner that was bare and it was exposed. Now we're not going to have any problem with that leaking. So the plants, what we've got is we've got a number of different wetland filtration plants or oxygenating plants that will basically help clear and clean the water. We're actually going to recycle the old green water back into this pond, and that's the next stage after I've talked about the plants. So we've got Typhominima or dwarf reed mace, cattails, depends on the common name that you want, but it's Typhominima. We've also got Iris Rose Queen, which is a lovely pink flower, and I've raised that up because it's a moisture loving plant. It's not a true aquatic, so it only wants part of its roots in the soil, so it only wants part of its feet. It doesn't want to be up to its knees in water, so it's a small amount of the soil wants to be saturated. We've also got Famula, we've got hairgrass, we've got lingua, like a buttercup. We've also got Elisma, we've got lots of Acorus. As you can see, that this chorus here is a nice gap between the two ponds. We're not going to link these two ponds. So this particular pond is a Serene wildlife pond with no pipe work, no pumps, no plumbing, no nothing. It's just literally the wetland filtration is going to be happening by the plants themselves. We've also got a load of Hornwort or Ceratophyllum. So Ceratophyllum densa is the Latin name for this. It's basically the common name in the UK is Hornwort. In America it's called Coontail because it looks like raccoons' tails. So we're going to put that in the actual bottom of the pond. Again, the oxygenating weed, the submerged weed, will outcompete the green water or the single cell algae for food. So this stuff directly competes with the green water for food, where a lot of the other marginal plants, they take the nutrients from the gravel and basically the soil, the media that they're actually growing in. So they will only take up nutrients via their roots, so it's a localized place where the Ceratophyllum, that will grow, and basically it's submerged weed, so it will grow everywhere where there's nutrients. So it's a fantastic thing. Sometimes in some areas of the world it can be very invasive, but in the UK it's perfectly fine, and that's a lot easier to get out than single cell algae or blanket weed or anything like that. So the next stage now is to recycle the green water and fill this back up. We've also got a couple of other plants in here, and I'll give you a shot of the pond now dry. So now what we're going to do is we're basically going to filter the water back in. I've left the edges exposed, so then I'll basically fill it up to the point of saturation. Then I'll know where I can put the edging stones and stuff. Nothing's fixed into place apart from these small stones that will obviously break away. You know, if I left them dry, then they would flake and move around, but I've foamed those into place just from an ornamental point of view and a bit of liner protection. So now we're going to fill up the pond with the green water. So there we go, the Serene Wildlife Pond has now been finished. On this pond, let me just recap, there's no pipework, no plumbing, no nothing. It's literally a still body of water, and the plants are going to keep it from going green. Yeah, you might be saying it's green already, Mark, but what we did is we recycled the old green water out of the old original pond. The reason why it had gone green was because there was not enough plants in there, there was not enough gravel in there. There was a little bit of gravel on the sides, but basically there was lots of sludge, and it just wasn't really designed as a serene wildlife pond. And you can see at the back there, I've covered the liner with rocks and gravel just to basically protect it, one, from the elements, and also make it look a lot more ornamental. So my name's Mark, the Pond Advisor, and I'm here to support you, dream, plan and enjoy ponds and water features. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, on Good Friday, next Friday, we've got the custom wildlife pond build to show you as well. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Hi guys, Mark from Park. I can't even get my name right.
There's going to be a big blooper reel at the end of this.
Right. We're going to have flowing water, we're going to have an intake bay. As you can see me, Simon from Llewellyn Landscapes. Is it Llewellyn?
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn, there you go. Llewellyn Landscapes is giving me a hand. We've also got Ian from IDG Aqua in Shropshire. We've also got Luke, he's a local lad, coming to give us a hand on that one. So stay tuned for next week's video, and that's coming out on Good Friday.